Hi, I'm Dr. Renata Williams. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the Director of Intercultural Affairs and Inclusive Programming, as well as the Assistant Dean of Engagement and Inclusion. In those roles, I get the pleasure to work with our student leaders from Mosaic Mentors, who are sophomores, juniors, and seniors that work with Alana identifying students, BIPOC identifying students, and LGBTQ plus identifying students. That's a lot of acronyms, I recognize. Alana, Asian, Latino, African, and Native American, BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color, and LGBTQ plus, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning. So in working with those students, I have the distinct pleasure of really crafting with my colleague a lot of the programming that happens from the Office of Intercultural Affairs, a lot of the educational pieces that we offer to our student body population. I get to work with our student leadership. So beyond Mosaic Mentors, I also get the pleasure of working with equity reps. Equity reps are elected officials that serve on the student government, working with our clubs and organizations that fall under student government. Our equity reps also hold positions on campus-wide committees like the Intercultural and Inclusive Learning Committee. Our equity reps also work with clubs and organizations to take a look at some of the programming that happens from these clubs and organizations. And we really appreciate the opportunity to work with them so that we can share the messaging and the work of diversity, equity, and inclusion with the entire campus. So I also finally get to work with the student leadership organization, the Leadership Council. The Leadership Council is an extension of the Office of Intercultural Affairs that works with all of our clubs and organizations, our affinity clubs and organizations. So we're really taking a deep dive and a really heavy look at our programming from the Office of Intercultural Affairs. Tyler will tell you a little bit more about the clubs and our houses from the Office of Intercultural Affairs. Tyler?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Tyler Cox. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am the Associate Director of Intercultural Affairs and Inclusive Programming. As Rhonda mentioned, we have some clubs and organizations and some affinity houses that fall under the OIA umbrella. These are really exciting clubs, organizations that do really amazing events and really great things for our campus community as well as our broader community as well. Our first organization is Asian Culture Club. We also have Black Student Union, Latin Excellence, and Freedom Rings. And Freedom Rings is for our LGBTQ students as well as allies. In addition to those clubs and organizations, we also have our 3 affinity houses, which after your first year, you're allowed to live in and apply to live in. The first house is Stonewall House, which is for LGBTQ students and allies. We also have our Women Gender Resource House as well, and Friendship House, which focuses on social justice and racial equity. So those are our houses and our clubs. You can find out more about those on our website at lvc.edu/OIA, very simple URL. And you can also check us out on Instagram as well, OIA_LVC. One of our biggest things that I love, one of my favorite things about OIA is our Social Justice Institute. And that's an annual trip. This year with COVID, we probably won't be able to do that. We'll probably do something virtual. But last year we went to New York City and we stayed in the Bronx, and our focus was bring dignity to poverty. And so we did really good service. We focused a lot on food security as well, which is really cool during that trip. So that's an annual trip that happens. That's something that you can take advantage of, as well as the clubs and organizations once you're an LVC student.
So we're looking forward to meeting you. We hope when you get to campus, you take the time to stop by our office and meet us in person. Until then, take care and be well. Go Dutchman.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.